Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jason Tucker. This is WPwatercooler, episode number 142. Today we're going to be talking about landing pages for WordPress websites. Let's go around the room real quick, get everyone introduced. Man, we got another Chris. All right, Chris Ford, you're ahead of Chris. Have at it. Tell us about yourself.
My name's Chris Ford, and as of last Monday or Tuesday, I am the newest project manager at CrowdFavorite.
Woohoo! Nice.
That's not going to get confusing at all.
We'll just start calling everybody by last name.
F and L. So I was just going to
start calling by last name.
Can we just call you F and L?
All right, Lemma.
Lemma.
My name is Chris Lemma, and I blog over at chrislemma.com. I happen to be the CTO and chief strategist over at a company called CrowdFavorite, and you can find me on Twitter at Chris Lemma.
Drate, do you work at CrowdFavorite? Just kidding. Tell us about self. Tell us about yourself.
Sure. I'm Drate Berry. I'm the lead developer at Oso Studio in Austin, Texas, and we're a WordPress development and engineering shop.
Nice. Welcome on.
Yeah!
First timer, George.
Noob.
Oh, yes,
Ah,
lots of
first timer.
EPAs.
I am George Stefanis. I am a core contributor and automatician who is the team lead of the Jetpack team.
Oh boy.
That's a nice intro move right there.
Very nice.
Way to strap it on.
CSI Miami. All right.
Dead.
Russ, tell us about yourself. Man.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm Russ. I'm lead developer of WordCamp Las Vegas, or lead organizer. I work for a mortgage company, an insurance company, and I help build real estate companies, which all use landing pages.
Nice. Your relevance here.
Your
Awesome.
face is a landing page.
It is.
Your mom's face is a landing page.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That would convert really well. She's a very nice lady.
Say, tell yourself.
Say? You mean like me? Oh, hey. Hey, I'm Say Reed, and I do WordPress, make WordPress, love WordPress, teach WordPress, preach WordPress at Say Reed Media on all the things, and I land on pages.
All right.
Use that in your glasses.
What about you, Steve?
Apparently, I forgot my glasses. I didn't realize it would think today. So hang on. I'm the founder of Zinc Interactive, and I run the OC WordPress meetup. And tonight is the design meetup hosted by Sarah Weepon. So,
Yeah.
I love the professional.
That's terrible.
Awesome.
Those are some sweet shades, man.
Suzette, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Suzette Frank. I'm a teacher with Girl Develop It, and I'm going to be speaking at Salt Lake City, Utah WordCamp. Woohoo!
Wow, you got a little country there for Salt Lake.
I've never been there. I'm so excited.
She thinks it's in Tennessee.
I think she thinks
That's
that.
what she
Too.
said.
Yeah.
I heard that you have to bring your own supply of caffeine when you go there, though.
Oh, boy.
And alcohol.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
various
I'll be
other
prepared.
things.
Dry
All
afterburn.
Yep.
Right, we
You should have
probably
hooked it up with Lauren and taken a case of diesel brew with you.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll intro myself real quick. I'm Jason Tucker.
Oh, yeah,
you can find me Jason Tucker on Twitter, and I blog over at wpmedia.pro and jasontucker.us. So, landing page. Let's do the whole definition thing. Who wants to define a landing page?
Ooh.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to be called on. Landing
you
page
use
is
the
a
restaurant.
page that you land on. Whoa.
Russ, so what is really a landing page?
According to Wikipedia, in online marketing, a landing page, sometimes known as a lead capture page or a lander, is a single web page that appears in response to clicking on a search engine optimized search result. Or an online.
Hey, guess what
Basically,
I
a page designed for
A
people
lander?
to land on.
I would like to say
Squeeze them
that
through
a
the
landing page is any page because you can land on any page. So all of your
No.
pages better be spot
Landing
on.
pages are not content. They are built with a single goal in mind, and that's to get the visitor to convert.
Of course, I will
Mom,
suggest
let's
that over
convert.
time, people are moving towards sending search results or even the paid search on the side of Google. They are sending people more towards content pages rather than pure landing pages because it's taking people more than one shot before they're ready to give you their email or any information about themselves. So you want to be careful how you think about landing pages, but the traditional perspective of a landing page and a lot of the plugins that build landing pages for you and the themes that do it are meant to collect your email.
Wikipedia agrees with both George and Chris. It says the landing page usually displays directed sales copy that is a logical extension of the advertisement search result or link.
Steve must be really
Well,
He just pulls up Wikipedia all the time.
Yeah, so here's the deal, though. So the thing is what we're talking about for the sake of this show are basically custom crafted pages that are advocating a specific action or sort of message that they're going to get across, as opposed to every page on your website, which technically could be landed on by any person at any time, and so they should all be amazing. Just get your stuff together.
Now, see, in that vein, I know when I designed my website, I thought about the logic of landing pages on every single page. So like my About Me page, I threw in testimonials from LinkedIn. I threw in like blocks of information with a call to action after each one because of what Say said. Someone could come in at any page. And so it was like a little digestible chunk with, okay, if you like this, do this. Here's another one, something else to do. So you can kind of do a hybrid.
I mean, really, every single piece of content, every page should have a goal in mind. The goal of some pages could just be to inform the visitor. The goal of some pages could be to get emails on a list. The goal of some other pages could be to sell them a t-shirt. So it's more a question of which style of goal you want to consider to be a landing page.
Yeah, all that said, if you're talking to anyone but us, right? If you're talking to anyone but us, you're going to hear the term landing page, and it's going to mean, in most people's mind, a very specific kind of page. And that is a page that has often a hero image, a large image. It'll have very directed copy. It'll have a connection to some sort of form that will either directly or indirectly take that email and information and pass it on to a mail program, an autoresponder, something like a MailChimp or Constant Contact, so that you can start warming up those leads and eventually converting them, bringing them back to the site to make some sort of transaction. So this is what people think of when they're talking about a landing page, and there are both themes and plugins that kind of help people with that. If you don't have an artistic bone in your body, it doesn't mean you can't have a landing page.
I think, yeah, for the sake of our thing, and I'd like to talk about some of those plugins, but definitely, basically landing pages are pages you're specifically crafting to be landed on as opposed to incidentally be landed on. So you're trying to direct traffic there to achieve specific goals. So I think, we could call it that. It's part of a campaign for something as opposed to just your whole site being awesome.
So is that like a squeeze page then?
A squeeze page is a very specific landing page where the only way to get off the page is either to do what it wants you to or to hit the back button.
Yeah, and those pages usually involve some sort of counter or thing where you think it's like, if you don't call now, the whole world will explode.
According to Wikipedia, a squeeze page is... No, I'm just kidding.
According to Wikipedia, Steve Zangut is...
Oh, you don't want to Wikipedia that.
Yeah.
But one of the main characteristics of landing pages is often that they're very actively tested to see what we can do, what small changes we can make to get them to convert better. So this is opening up a whole realm of split testing, A/B, multivariant testing, that if you change your submit button from green to red, is that going to bump up your conversions by 0.5%?
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about plugins then. How about that? So,
plugins for the win. I love that we all totally paid attention to what George was saying. Really, we were with you.
I'm with him. I just don't ever want to recommend that changing the color is going to do everything for you.
No, just as a simple example.
Will it make it pop?
I'll shut up now.
So what you're talking about, though, is trying out different layouts to see if those things, whether it is a color or a variant in text, will have a different effect. Like, so say if you say something like, sign my mailing page now, bitches, that will make them sign it, as opposed to, oh, would you please sign my mailing page, and I'll give you, 5 pages of a PDF you're never going to read that's going to clog up a lot of stuff.
Change your life.
Change your life now.
This PDF will change your life.
I'm sensing a bit of jadedness in this room
What?
about this concept. I don't know if anyone else is getting that vibe.
Who's the most SEO person out of all of us here that would even be able to talk a little bit about the SEO?
I teach classes in it, so there's that.
Well,
so I guess I better know
first
what I'm
name
talking
has the
about.
first 2 letters of SEO in it.
I'm SEO.
So she's nearly.
SEO.
Well, okay, so when you are crafting those individual pages, it is very important that basically, especially if you're paying for ads or paying for clicks, like with AdWords, or you're working so hard to get people to your page, you really do need to find out, once you've gotten them there, what is the best way to get them to take that action, because getting them there doesn't do anything for your business or your business goals. So it has to be taking it to that next step. And I think, of course, we always talk about clarifying your business goals, and of course that's super important, but how does then you implement that beyond that cool AB plugin? Anyone have any other stuff?
I mean, back around probably the mid-2000s, your typical landing page would look something like, you start at the top, you start scrolling, 20 minutes later you finally get to the bottom. And back then all they would do is just cram in as much as they possibly could. So over time, that has evolved, and it's morphed and grown to be more focused on the exact action you want someone to do and provide the benefits instead of just grinding them down by explaining it again and again. Now they just use a little video of a guy drawing on a whiteboard that magically makes people want to give you their email.
Now, just for the record, I hate landing pages with videos. I hate them.
Okay, to be clear, the shift from the old of what George talked about to today is that it's still long, and now it has animation in it. But there's a reason why long sales page letters work, right? I mean, these things, they work. What happens is all of our emotional resonance with the fear of making a purchase gets mitigated in these long pages, because you start with the what is it, do I need it? You go, oh, it looks like I might need it, and then you move to the, oh, wait a minute, has anyone else bought this? Oh, look, all the social proof. Yeah, other people bought this. To wait, does it have the specific feature I want? Oh, look, these are all the specific features I want. Well, I'm still not sure if that's the price I want. Hey, look at the different price options, and then look at the social proof. And so what happens is, in a single page, you're trying to mitigate those dynamics. Now, that's a particular kind of longer sales page letter, right? The video sales page letter is something different. But you can imagine there's all these are different kinds of landing pages. And so the core question is, how do you build them? Especially if you don't know what should go in them. What if you don't know the next part? Or what if you don't have nice graphics for creating that social proof, or creating that quote, or creating that pricing table?
Oh my gosh, the infographics.
Use Google Images. No, I'm just kidding. No.
To talk more about what Chris was saying is, in the mortgage industry, like we build landing pages and it says like, hey, here's the lowest interest rate you can get, and then we walk through the process of like what it's going to take to get that rate, because people kind of worry about what information they have to give, what kind of steps they have to take, how long is the process to refinance this mortgage or whatever. So these long pages do work, but the more specific you can be, the better you're going to convert.
Yep.
I think to that point also, it is extremely important that whatever you are whatever your message you're bringing people in with, whether that's through an ad or through your meta description in the search or whatnot, it's very important that you not do the bait and switch. I think that is something that today's consumer is the most distrustful of. When you're like, come look at this, and then your landing page is either just your home page, if you're linking just to your home page or something, and it doesn't reflect the specificity.
No, I like it.
Specific message that you were talking about, because that is what is really gonna, if you can make that seamless from what people are expecting to see when they land on the page, they're like, ooh, I want that information, they click it. It's actually some of the most frustrating experiences to land on that page and then not get that message or not get that information or have to dig for it.
So I go there looking for a... Oh, go ahead.
It's even more frustrating when you go to that page and you don't get that annoying JavaScript pop-up, do you really want to leave this page? Wait, save, we'll give you 50% off. That frustrates me when it's not there. I just feel unloved, like they don't want to hold on to me anymore.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? Just leave.
So
we don't even want your email address.
You want the JavaScript pop-up?
He wants a pop-up to just say.
I want to feel loved, Steve.
He wants to feel your pop-up, Steve.
That's your definition of love, George.
All right.
He's been in the jetpack too long.
Let me drop some names on some URLs in case people actually want to know which options they have.
You drop names? Never.
Yeah. Wait.
So if you are specifically, if you're working on a landing page, there's a very specific scenario where your site isn't yet launched. So you're trying to collect information up front. There is a great product in the WordPress community. The website is SeedProd, and SeedProd will, make it look pretty, but it'll also do the countdown. It'll also capture your email leads. So it is a specific approach for a specific scenario. But it looks really good, and it starts as cheap as $29 and goes all the way up to, I think, $200. But that's a product that is specifically for WordPress. What you'll discover is many other products exist that are not WordPress specific but can be used with your WordPress site. And by that I'm talking about LeadPages. If you've ever been there, that's leadpages.net. And they have monthly things that start at $25. Instapage, which starts, I think, at free, but could go up to under $200. Unbounce, which starts at $50 and goes up to about $200, and that's unbounce.com. Instapages was instapage.com, and ClickFunnel.com, which starts at about $40 and goes up to $300 a month.
All of those things make my head hurt. ClickFunnel. Sounds like death.
Another one to consider, just from someone that's already in the WordPress community, is OptinMonster.
Yeah, I was going to mention, OptinMonster's actually got a lot of cool options, even at the free version, which is pretty cool.
And so I was going to talk about OptinMonster, but OptinMonster is really focused on specifically the opt-in, meaning either the button that opens up the collection of email or the piece you put on the sidebar or the thing that scrolls up. It does not create the full page. And so if you are someone who's like, gosh, I want the graphics, I want to know what parts go in the page, I want to know the flow, that's where OptinMonster says, I do one part of it really well, and I can make all of your pages be really fantastic because of OptinMonster. But when you're trying to do particular product pitches or getting someone to make a buy decision or even make a small buy decision that will lead to a larger one, then you want to start looking at LeadPages, ClickFunnels, Instapage, that kind of stuff, Unbounce, because they will give you preset templates, preset designs. They'll tell you how to fill things in. They'll give you graphics. They'll even sometimes host it for you, so you can connect the links, but it doesn't have to be on your page. All of that is to help you solve a problem where you may not have that expertise. You may know your product, but that doesn't mean you know how to design the landing page or fit it all together. And so obviously some of these places work.
I think to that same kind of note, more than graphics or whatnot, if you're not going to use one of those that kind of do a pre-made template for you, using some of the builder plugins that we talked about on last week's episode can really help to make a page that has multiple messages on it or has multiple points of a multiple call to action, so there are multiple ways for people to come in instead of just a regular content page or a regular post. So you can augment your normal page template design with a couple things to make it a landing page, since it's probably going to be one anyway. But yeah. But then you have to have a little bit of, understanding of, where people are clicking and where the eyeballs go. And so in that case, you do have to have a little bit of knowledge. Otherwise, you're just going to make something ugly, let's be honest.
Does it help if a video starts playing and it just starts talking really loud on the page? Because I was looking through some of these, and one of them has
it seems to happen a lot.
The only thing better than that is if, while the video's playing, you get the overlay pop-up a second after you land on the page asking you to sign up.
Pause the video?
So if you want the best landing page in the world, autoplay some video.
Hashtag sarcasm.
Give them the JavaScript, are you sure you want to leave? And make sure your opt-in pop-up comes up like in a microsecond after you load that page, and you will piss everybody off.
They'll be so upset they'll just sign
That's
up.
like the suck trifecta.
You also forgot to refresh about 10 times so you take over their browser history. Do that too.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was not aware of that one. I'm going to add it.
Pop
Is that a
unders.
WordPress plugin?
That was all. That last 60 seconds was all sarcasm
Hashtag sarcasm.
for our audience.
So
I do think.
Hey, this is the way for natural WordPress enhancement.
As a bonus,
Drate,
set everything in Courier and highlight like every other paragraph.
Can I use the blink tag?
you can.
And
Steve.
marquee.
Hey, Drate, do you guys do a lot of landing page work?
We don't do a ton of landing page work right now. We have done a couple, especially for real estate and financial consulting firms, and they typically use Salesforce for all their CRM, so we have a lot of experience with Salesforce Pardot's landing page creation software.
Yep.
Oh,
So that's another really good one for another hosted provider.
Yep. Pardot's another player.
Mhm.
It really comes down to, first of all, what are you trying to achieve? I mean, that's the main thing, and also what scale are you at? Because this type of stuff that you were just talking about, Drake, is way for a much larger scale operation. You know, Salesforce in general is for much larger scale operations than the kind of DIY versions that Chris was talking about.
Right.
So one of the really interesting things you get with LeadPages or ClickFunnels is the ability to string several of these pages together, and you may have experienced this, right? When you get an option, you get something, and you're like, I'd like to buy that. So this is a particular sales page versus just a lead collection. But if you're in the sales page and you click, I want to buy it, sometimes you get what's called a one-time offer or an OTO, and the one-time offer is, hey, here's a shot of something else. Now that you've bought my first product, would you like to buy this second product at a discounted rate or whatever? And that one-time offer, if you say no, can take you to a additional one-time offer that is for the no path, like, hey, sorry, that didn't look right, but here's something that may be a better fit. But if you say yes, it can take you to a third one-time offer that is a good fit. Now, some people overuse this, some people use it ineffectively, but the people who do this effectively, for as much as we like to go, we're engineers, we don't love marketing, especially not so much marketing, these people make more money than we will ever earn in our lifetime.
So okay, but what you just described, is that really a one-time offer? That's more like a three-time offer.
No.
It's 3 one-time offers chain.
Buy now, 1995.
Turtles all the way down.
Wait. We actually do this.
Now.
I do this a lot with our mortgage company. We use Unbounce. It used to be unbounce.me, and now it's unbounce.com. And we can do things where it's like, hey, would you like this interest rate? And, it's at this fees with these many points, and they say no. Then we say, hey, would you like to take off the points and maybe just pay the fees? Then they say no.
Or,
and then we say, maybe,
hey, would you like this
just buy the
t-shirt?
right. Yeah, but...
Hey, would you like a Fresca?
It's like a really bad garage sale, It's like,
Seriously.
I was having lunch.
Knows.
I was having a lunch with Syed Balki, who is a good friend of mine, the guy that runs OptinMonster. But the two of us were with the ClickBank guy. Okay, he's a guy that runs a bunch of the affiliate programs for the internet space, and he was talking about these guys in different ways people have tried to game systems, et cetera, et cetera. We were talking about one-time offers and everything else, and someone said, well, what's the most revenue-producing offer that runs, campaign that runs on ClickBank? Can you tell us? And he's like, yeah, I can tell you. It's about $6 million. And Syed's looking at him like, that's okay. I'm like, $6 million a year is a lot of money. And one of the other guys says, so a year? And the guy's like, no, $6 million a month. Okay? So the next time...
That's what buy a lot of Fresca.
So the next time you see a group of developers all bitching, moaning, and complaining and saying all that marketing stuff doesn't work, smile and know that they are not taking $6 million home a month.
No, probably not, or they wouldn't be talking to us. Has anyone used WordPress landing pages, the plugin? Anyone?
No.
Yep, I have. When I used it, that's by is that David Wells' product?
That is David Wells' product, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So David's a good guy up in San Francisco. It's been kind of hit or miss with his plugins, and so the landing page one I struggled with to just get it to work the right way. But I know other people have used it, and I think if you go to the repo, you can see how many active installs it has. So I'm guessing it's not one or two. There definitely people have tried and worked with it. I just had a particular problem.
Plus.
Yeah, 20,000 folks using it. So
it's currently current. That always makes me happy. 26 1-stars though, so you know. I don't know. I haven't used it, but it's well named.
Yeah.
As far as landing pages go, really, I should check out its landing page and see how great that is.
Chris, what about
what we're talking about?
What about what, Jason?
MaxInbound. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I used MaxInbound several years ago. That's David. David used to have he still has, I think, Inbound Max Pages. He has Max Buttons. He has a whole bunch of different products. And at one point they were for sale, and then they were free, and I think David has worked a couple different jobs that are outside of WordPress as well. He's a very smart guy, a lot of great background. I actually used his product for when I couldn't get David Wells' product to work. I used MaxInbound, and it was great. At one point, I was building a Perl-based, a URL-based plugin, and I would use mine with his a lot. So it's good stuff. I don't know how recent. I don't know how much he's investing into it recently, but it's good stuff.
I just had a full body shiver when you said Perl.
What about
personalized URLs, not Perl language?
What about
Perl of great price.
OptimizePress? Anyone use OptimizePress?
Yeah.
And? No, we're just not going to talk about it. Okay.
Your
Moving
rule.
on.
Or Thumper rule.
It's a theme and a plugin now. You can buy it it goes both ways. And
don't anybody touch that one. Let's just move on.
Yeah, that's just
everybody should touch that one.
Keep moving.
We'll touch that one together.
It comes with a lot of images that helps people do stuff, but I would recommend all the ones I talked about before I recommend that one.
All right. Not that we're negative recommending, just thought I'd throw it out there. Softball, yeah? Never mind. Don't touch that either. Jeez.
On that note.
So basically, use a thing, use a plugin, but basically you should have call to actions on all your pages. But we know this. People know this. We all know this. Just make sure your clients know it.
Yep, exactly.
And really what it all comes down to is content anyway, because you're going to have to write your landing page content. You have to have good copy, because it doesn't matter if you have a cool layout or A/B testing. If your copy doesn't communicate your message effectively to this person who's trying to get your stuff, then they're not going to do it, because no one trusts anything less than least amount of information is really something I think is the biggest turnoff that I've found through all my clients and their clients.
And the
less information there is, the more suspect your site is that it's some sort of hoodwink.
Yep.
You're suspect.
Hoodwink.
That, my friends, is it for today. Make sure you go to our website, WPwatercooler.com, and click on the links there. Hit the subscribe buttons. If you like this video and you're watching us on YouTube, hit the little up arrow there, little thumbs up, and that would be super awesome for us. Thank you very much for being on the show, all of you, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Tweet us.